At Amity, we are committed to building a stronger India through world-class education and research, to nurture ideal citizens who, together with the leaders of today and tomorrow, will make India a world superpower. Amity University, India's leading not-for-profit private university.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते.
सर फैंस हैं, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना.
नए वाले नहीं करते. And they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans, super silent performance with voice control.
Silly me, I thought.
Cricket fans.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार. MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला.
Of different weapon systems, because you cannot risk putting all eggs in one basket.
ये मस्जिद मरकज उमर करा के अंदर ये नुकसान है.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
As expected, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has attempted misadventure and India has struck back a second time in what is now called Operation Sindoor 2. Operation Sindoor 2 continues as we speak, and on the show this evening, we have the full details, exclusive details. Pakistan attempted to target 15 Indian cities, and their duds, meaning their drones and missiles acquired from China, fell straight into the farms in Punjab. That and more coming up. Here are the headlines. Operation Sindoor 2 continues as India hammers Pakistan for its misadventure and attempt to target Indian cities. India strikes Pakistani defense radars. Lahore, Karachi, Rawalpindi hit. Pakistan attempts to target 15 Indian cities. Drones and missiles projected at India fall short. All of them fail to hit their targets. Pakistani duds landing in farms across the border. Chinese missiles suspected to have been used. India has confirmed that we have struck Lahore air defense radars, the location from where some of the Pakistani drones and missiles were launched targeting India. S-400 Sudarshan Chakra used in the Operation Sindoor 2, as every Pakistani drone and missile are intercepted in the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very dramatic last 48 hours, and we can confirm to you now that Operation Sindoor 2 continues this evening. The military operation is on. What is military Operation Sindoor 2? Pakistan last night tried to target 15 Indian cities. And my colleague Shawan is joining us with the details of where they launched these attacks from and how Pakistan's attempted strikes on Indian cities were thwarted one by one, ranging between 80 kilometers to 282 kilometers. Each of these strikes, drones, missiles that were sent to 15 cities, all falling short. Shawan with the details. Shawan.
Well, in fact, the details that we are getting right now is what Pakistan essentially wanted to strike were the military installations. If you take a look, starting all the way from Kashmir, Awantipura, Srinagar, both the places, remember, they were targeted from Rubble Court, that is in Pakistan. That's the Pakistani Air Force base. Now, let me also tell you, as far as those in Jammu and Punjab are concerned, the missiles were basically launched from Rahwali cantonment in Gujranwala. Cities in Rajasthan which were basically targeted, they were from the Pakistani military base in Bahawalpur, and Bhuj was basically targeted from Sindh. Now, in fact, Niranjan, the details that we're getting is that roughly around 1 o'clock in the morning, that was when our gun loading radars, these radars actually identified the location from where these missiles were being launched. That's when our air defense system was activated, and these missiles were prevented from carrying out the targeted approach. Thereafter, we are being told that immediately you've had the drones that were basically used by India to target the same very places from where the missiles were launched, and this operation continued till about 7 o'clock this morning. Interestingly, this piece of information that we had got was roughly around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or little after 2 o'clock. And when we spoke to our sources at that point in time, also remember, the source basically indicated that the operation was still undergoing, something that was once again cleared by the Ministry of External Affairs as well as the Defence Ministry. So, which is a clear indication of the fact that the operation is nowhere to a closure right now. In fact, it is still going on. The other important aspect that we've been able to figure out is with regards to the missiles that were basically used by the Pakistanis. In fact, these are essentially the PL-15 or the BVR range missiles that were used by the Pakistanis. This was delivered to the Pakistanis by China, and this was just about 3 months ago when these missiles were actually given by China to Pakistan, which was basically used. In fact, it turns out that some of those missiles that were fired by the Pakistanis did not even continue in the same very trajectory that it was basically locked for. It did not have enough fuel. Now, that was what we have also picked up, and that is the reason why some of these missiles landed up in their own territory. And the others which basically crossed over were brought down by our air defense system. And in fact, the debris of these missiles have been found in places like Amritsar, and in some other places also we are given to understand, like for instance in Bhatinda and a few other places, the debris have been found. So there is ample proof of the fact that they basically wanted to carry out this attack.
Shawan, why don't you walk up here, because I have 5 walls. Let's do the walls together, because the walls tell the full story of what Pakistan tried to do. So I'm going to get Shawan also in the frame. Let's fire those walls one after the next, and then we'll go from one story to the next. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Pakistan tried to do last evening. Let's go across straight to the wall. Shawan, the 15 cities that Pakistan tried to target in the intervening night of 8th of May. Pakistan attempted to target 15 cities. I'll go from the bottom. Bhuj, Uttarlai, Falodi, Nal, Batinda, Jalandhar, Kapurthala, Amritsar, Srinagar, Awantipora, Jammu, Pathankot, I think that's Udhampur, Ludhiana and Chandigarh. Now, all of these cities, Shawan, so across the border, from international border, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, along the border, they've tried to target our cities.
Well, in fact, just to quickly add a point here, you have your naval installations here.
Yes.
As far as Bhatinda, Jalandhar, Kapurthala, Amritsar are concerned, you have your army bases here. Interestingly, Pathankot, remember, has been their target for a very, very long time because that's where our Air Force base is. Jammu, also not to forget, as far as Jammu is concerned, you have the 16 Corps headquarters in Jammu. Ludhiana, Adampur, as well as Chandigarh, you have, several of your not just the military base, but some of them happen to be the military cantonments which have also been targeted. So clearly, if you look at it, there is a pattern that emerges. Of course, Srinagar and Awantipora both have military bases. You have the 15 Corps in Srinagar, and Awantipura also has a...
Now, Shravan, what is interesting is that they haven't just tried to target towns or cities along the border. Perhaps as a response to India going deep into their territory, they've tried to target cities well within our territory, for example, in Chandigarh. Now, that came as a surprise. Now, let's get you the next wall, which shows you how India responded and why India responded in the way that it did. Let's show you the next wall. We hit them back at the bases, at the military installations from where all of these missiles or radars or missiles and drones came from. India took out some of them. Shravan, if you can talk about the cities where they came from and why we struck these cities and what we struck in these cities in the last 12 hours.
Essentially, each of these missiles have a particular range to cover. That is the reason why we've not covered that. Like, for instance, from Sindh, you would have Bhuj, which is closer.
280 kilometers.
Yeah. So Bahawalpur again also happens to be another military base, which was basically targeting just opposite in Rajasthan. Happens to be the cities that were carried out to it. The cities that were targeted in Rajasthan were from Bahawalpur.
Yes.
Lahore, Sheikhpura, Sialkot, Chakwal, Gurjanwala. Now, Gurjanwala was the other place from where the targeted attacks took place, and this was primarily Jammu region was being targeted from here. And as far as Sialkot is concerned, this is more to do with the air defense system that was basically put in place, which we have been able to penetrate. I'm going to explain that in a short while.
One of the first videos that came in this morning, ladies and gentlemen, was from Lahore when the first explosion was reported. Now, when Republic reported that explosion as well this morning, Shravan, we broke that story as an explosion that was reported from Lahore at a cantonment area. What we did not know is that it was India hitting back at Pakistan, striking the air defense system, finishing off the air defense systems of Pakistan in Lahore, because that's where the drones and missiles came from. So let's get you the next wall of how we hit them back this morning. India foiled Pakistan's attempt, 15 drone/missiles, 15 targets, 15 cities, and every drone or missile fell short. And this is how we did it. India foiled Pakistan's plans. If you can come a little ahead, Shravan, where Pakistan fired from. Now, Shravan has the exact details, where they fired from and where we intercepted them. Shravan.
So this, if you see, Rawalakot happens to be the Pakistani Air Force base, which is also, there is one in Kotla.
agencies already had begun, and by the time the second CCS happened on April 29, the plan was in place. The options were in place for the Prime Minister to give a go-ahead, which he did, following which he made a address where he said that a free hand had been given to forces to avenge the Pahalgam terror attack, and that's when the contours of Operation Sindoor started taking shape. So obviously no one would speak and this never happens. But then you saw in terms of those hints coming in of the policy of hot pursuit about which Prime Minister spoke while he was in Bihar, that India is going to chase the perpetrators of Pahalgam terror attack till the end of the earth, as also target the soil from which those attacks emanated. Message was clear that India yet again would go after Pakistan, its terror proxies, and all the infrastructure that operates from Pakistani soil. Operation Sindoor was essentially about collating all data, gathering all intelligence, connecting the dots. And then zeroing down on specific targets, the organizations, the individuals, the places, the locations, everything intelligence based and not in any manner indiscriminate. And that really lends value and a moral cover to the operation that India has carried out by way of Operation Sindoor. It was carried out in a manner that Pakistan was clearly foxed. So be it India's mobilization of its naval force and carrying out of live fire exercises in the Arabian Sea with great numbers of warships mobilized, be it India's air exercises that were carried out in the central sector, giving Pakistan some confusion about what all India was up to while the borders remained silent. And the reason why the borders were silent were because the army was carrying out a plan. The targets were to be hit with kamikaze drones and with the beyond visual range missiles of the Indian Air Force, and no passing off, crossing of the border or the LOC. Those targets were hit, and how? Look at the pictures that have come in that give you an idea of the kind of precision with which the Operation Sindoor has been executed. Those pictures that were shared by India with the rest of the world in that press briefing by the Ministry of Defense and Ministry of External Affairs. Behind all this was the man and the mind of that man, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, who was up all night. And the moment the operation was executed, he was working the phones to give a diplomatic edge to India, speaking to as many as dozen odd national security advisors of these nations, his respective counterparts from the United States, from the United Kingdom, from Japan to South Korea, France, and of course, crucially, Saudi Arabia. And the United Arab Emirates in West Asia. NSA Doval then of course readied for a briefing of the Cabinet Committee on Security, the third one, in which success was announced, following which of course Prime Minister in the Cabinet congratulated our armed forces. That's how Operation Sindoor was executed, in complete silence, with great resolve, and of course the wherewithal and the superior competence of India's armed forces, and more crucially our security intelligence apparatus held by National Security Advisor Ajit Doval.
India strikes back with Operation Sindoor, targeting 9 terror camps in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in response to the Pahalgam terror attack. Over 100 terrorists killed, including Qari Mohammad Iqbal, a key figure in the Pulwama attack. Precision missile strikes from Indian airspace hit camps like Kotli, exposing Pakistan's backing of terror. Take a look. Jammu and Kashmir Police and the SOG launched a massive checking operation to ensure civilian safety after Pakistan's unprovoked shelling targets civilians and religious places, including a Gurdwara where 3 Indians lost their life. Relief assistance is being provided to affected civilians as authorities work to prevent further harm. Here's a report by my colleague Harsha.
Strict and continuously after yesterday when the Operation Sindoor was carried out, 100% strike, precision strike was carried out at the Pakistan 9 targets of the terrorist camps, and right now we see that the SOG and the Jammu and Kashmir police is right now carrying out the search and the march at several places. Right now what we see in the picture is the madrasa where the police official along with the SOG team have reached, and there's the visuals on our screen where we can see that the intensified search is being carried out, because this becomes very much important after what happened yesterday along the LOC in the Poonch region. There were several places which were targeted by Pakistan. The civilians were targeted and the religious places was also targeted, from temple, Gurdwara, madrasas and masjid. Several places were on the target of the Pakistan army, and that is the reason in the Poonch area 4-6 in the Gurdwara have lost their lives and several civilians were also injured. But right now what we see is that these thorough checks is being carried out to ensure that none of the civilian is stuck in any of the premises and in any of the infrastructure.
Let me now take you through the other segment of the forces first. Ex-servicemen in the valley lauded the forces on the successful airstrikes on Pakistani terror launchpads in retaliation to the Pahalgam attack. Raj Singh Charak, the district president of the Ex-Servicemen League, Doda, the blood of all citizens was boiling after the savage terror attack in Pahalgam. He also lauded the centre for its stern resolve in striking back at Pakistan 14 days after the dastardly Pahalgam killings. India's air defence capabilities took centre stage late Wednesday night as Indian Air Force's S-400 Sudarshan Chakra air defence missile systems played a decisive role in thwarting a Pakistani attempt to escalate hostilities by targeting Indian cities. Following the engagement, the projectiles were neutralised by the integrated counter-UAS grid and air defence systems. Assam Rifles intercepted 2 Swift Desire vehicles suspected of trafficking contraband from Moreh to Imphal. During the operation, the forces recovered 19 soap cases containing suspected heroin, approximately 205 grams valued at 82 lakh rupees. 1 individual is apprehended and both the seized narcotics and the suspect were handed over to Tengunapal police for further investigation. In a major crackdown in the war against drugs in Punjab, the counterintelligence unit of Firozpur conducted 2 swift operations dismantling a cross-border narco-smuggling network and apprehending 3 smugglers. A massive blow to Pakistan's security forces. A deadly IED blast in Balochistan's Bolan region has left 14 soldiers neutralized, with the Baloch Liberation Army claiming responsibility. The BLA fighters have also now released a chilling 5-minute video capturing the brutal attack. This is just the latest in a series of high-profile strikes by the BLA as their agitation and war against Islamabad intensifies. Here's that report.
It's caught on camera how Pakistani soldiers were blown to bits. The Balochistan Liberation Army has released a 5-minute video that captures the targeted attack on Munir Army personnel. The clip first captures 12 Pakistani Army officials conducting drills for route clearance. And minutes later, a white van carrying the soldiers are blown apart in a massive IED explosion in the Machkund area of Bolan. The Bolan blast is the latest in a spate of targeted attacks carried out by the BLA against Pakistan's forces. Pakistan is grappling with rising internal turmoil, with the Baloch Liberation Army seeking freedom. And the uprising is such that the BLA rebels are up in arms against the Shehbaz Sharif government. 22 Pakistani soldiers were killed in Turbat after a face-off with the BLA. 4 guards of the former Home Minister of Balochistan, who the BLA claims has now turned into a proxy for Islamabad, were gunned down. And back in March, the BLA hijacked the Jafar Express passenger train, killing 60+ Pakistani soldiers and taking 300 others into hostage. The BLA-Pakistan tensions escalate at a time when Islamabad is attempting to come to terms with India's payback for the Pahalgam terror attack. And with a rising crisis at its western border, Pakistan has completely lost the plot.
Well, let me also once again take you through another segment on Forces First.
Sindoor means we all lost our husbands. That means our lives. One way I should thank to Modi that we are so innocent people. They saw Modi on us. So Modi also owned us and took this revenge on them.
We are expecting more. We are thinking that this is a beginning, and definitely Modi ji government will make it more like impacting the economy of the Pakistan, and definitely there should not be any terrorist attack in future in India. They definitely need to get afraid to at least kill one person in India. So that way the impact should be there. I think still we are thinking that this is only a starting for today, and definitely we are going to continue to exactly fight along with the Pakistan.
Good news heard by the entire nation, that is attack on Pakistan, particularly where the terrorists, where they hidden in Pakistan and POK, all hidden places.
मर जाता तो बेहतर होता। जब तू मार रहा था तब क्या था, लोगों को बेगुनाह लोगों का कत्ल कर रहा था, लोगों को उकसा करके यहाँ भेज करके आतंकवादी घटनाएं करा रहा था, तब क्या था जब किसी के बच्चे नहीं मर रहे थे। उनके दिल का दर्द का एहसास आज होगा ना, जब अपने गए हैं तब एहसास हो रहा है कि मौत का दर्द क्या होता है, या सिर्फ दूसरों को मौत परोसना जानते हैं।
पूरे हिंदुस्तान को गर्व है अपनी आर्मी में, अपने डिफेंस सिस्टम में, पर साथ ही साथ पाकिस्तान जो है अपनी हरकतों से बाज नहीं आ रहा है। ऐसा समझ आ रहा है कि लगातार जो कायराना हरकतें हैं, कभी नियतें जो हमारे नागरिक हैं उनको पहलगाम में उनको शहीद किया, और अब और कुछ नहीं बच रहा। पाकिस्तान की इतनी हालत नहीं, इतनी हिम्मत नहीं कि इंडियन आर्मी से डायरेक्ट फाइट करे।
They are all terrorists. The aim of the terrorist to eliminate the terrorist. The terrorist problem is not only the problem of India, it is a problem of the world. Wherever terrorism is there, all the countries must unite and see to it terrorism must be eliminated.
Pakistan's terror empire is in ruins. India's Operation Sindoor delivered a crushing blow to the terrorist infrastructure. The visuals are a testament to India's resolve to take on terrorism head-on. Pakistan's ability to harbour, nurture terror has been severely compromised. The era of impunity is completely over. Watch this on your screens. On the other side, we'll be back with the debate with honour.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते
सर फैंस हैं शोर तो करेंगे ही ना
नए वाले नहीं करते and they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
सिली मी आए तो और
Cricket fans.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
अगर उन्हें 4 की यार्ड करेंगे डेरा मस्ती खाली भाई। हाँ देखना वाम कैसे आ रही है वहां से कैच होगी नहीं होगी।
I think we can see an explosion. We hear an explosion. Jets here, jets hovering here right in Srinagar, and we can actually smell some smoke, and the sky at one part became red. There was an explosion sound, very much visible. Seems there is panic across the border. As we report from Srinagar right now.
At Amity, we are committed to building a stronger India through world-class education and research, to nurture ideal citizens who, together with the leaders of today and tomorrow, will make India a world superpower. Amity University, India's leading not-for-profit private university.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Of different weapon systems, because you cannot risk putting all eggs in one basket.
ये मस्जिद तैयबा मरकज उमरकरा के अंदर ये नुकसान है।
Not risk putting all eggs in one basket. Risk putting all eggs in one basket.
Mentor here, and most
some
of the
visuals I can see some
are at the LOC.
No. This is a long shot. I can see in the sky there's somebody who shot something to light.
लीकेज है, लीकेज भी है। हाँ लीकेज है। आ गया मैं पीछे नजर आऊँ पीछे दूर। पीछे ये नुकसान, ये 9 नंबर। ये मस्जिद तैयबा मरकज उमरकरा के अंदर नुकसान है।
Mahi sir, how much do you love your fans?
Honestly, I love my new fans. पुराने वाले बेकार में शोर करते
सर फैंस हैं, शोर तो करेंगे ही ना।
नए वाले नहीं करते, and they listen to what I say.
The new generation Orient BLDC fans. Super silent performance with voice control.
Silly me, I thought.
Cricket fans.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAHM.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
क्या हो गया भाई?
भैया आपसे सीखकर म्यूचुअल फंड्स में SIP शुरू की थी, लेकिन कभी कभी अपडेट्स देखकर मेरा मन भटकने लगता है।
अरे अपने मन को बोल, म्यूचुअल फंड्स टिके रहने का गेम है।
मतलब SIP चालू रखूं?
सुन, ये लिफ्ट जब ऊपर नीचे जाती है तो तू निकल जाता है।
नहीं भैया, यही तो सही मंजिल तक ले जाती है।
तो बस म्यूचुअल फंड्स का भी यही है, दूर की सोचेगा और डटे रहेगा तो तू भी अपने सपनों के पास पहुंच सकता है।
हाँ बिल्कुल आपकी तरह।
सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
पाकिस्तान इंडिया ने जंग शुरू कर दी है। अभी मेरे बहावलपुर सिटी के अंदर मौलाना मसूद अजहर साहब के जो है मदरसा है उसके ऊपर 4 मिसाइल दागे गए हैं। 4 मिसाइलों के साथ हमला किया गया है मौलाना मसूद अजहर के मदरसे के ऊपर। हम अपनी अफवाज पाकिस्तान के साथ खड़े हैं, लेकिन मेरा सवाल है कि हमारी एजेंसीज कहाँ सोई हुई थी, हमारी अफवाज पाकिस्तान कहाँ सोई हुई थी जब ये हमला हुआ। मुजफ्फराबाद की भी खबर आ रही है कि मुजफ्फराबाद वाली साइड पे भी ये अटैक हुआ है, लेकिन सबसे पहले मेरे बहावलपुर सिटी के अंदर अटैक हुआ है बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल के साथ। उन्होंने हमला किया है मौलाना मसूद अजहर साहब के मदरसे के ऊपर। 4 मिसाइल मारे गए हैं। अभी ये कहना कबल वक्त है कि गोया कितनी सच्चाई है इस खबर की, किस साइड से ये मिसाइल आए हैं ये अभी कंफर्म होना बाकी है, लेकिन ये कंफर्म न्यूज़ है कि उनके मदरसे के ऊपर 4 मिसाइल मारे गए हैं।
At Amity, we are committed to building a stronger India through world-class education and research to nurture ideal citizens who, together with the leaders of today and tomorrow, will make India a world superpower. Amity University, India's leading not-for-profit private university.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
Unlike in 2019 when we had hit Balakot, which was in the
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's Operation Sindoor 2. In complete action, India has clinically intercepted Pakistani missiles, and we've set the record straight. At 9 p.m. tonight, why I feel Pakistan has made a huge mistake by escalating the attack. The response now is on our terms. gentlemen, good evening and welcome. I just want to begin by saying that this Sindoor 2 operation which has started is entirely and totally because of Pakistan's decision to escalate the conflict. We didn't want to escalate, but they escalated it. And they escalated it by, in the stealth of darkness, early this morning, they tried to carry out an attack on 15 Indian towns and cities. They wanted to attack civilians. They wanted to kill millions of Indians. And therefore, we have to set the record straight. Viewers, the places where they tried to target, and these are the visuals of the interceptions. The Pakistani missiles were intercepted in various areas. That particular visual is over Amritsar, where they tried to attack Amritsar, and they wanted to attack Avantipura, Srinagar, Jammu, Pathankot, Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Adampur, Bhatinda, Chandigarh, Nal, Falodi, Uttarlai and Bhuj in Gujarat. They were trying to attack all these Indian locations using drones and missiles, and these are the visuals of the debris which has been collected in various parts. These are missile debris, projectile debris, and found in open fields. Some of these visuals are from Punjab's Amritsar. This is not social media news. This is factual ground-based reporting. Our reporter Vivek was reporting from Ground Zero and sent us these visuals. All of these interceptions that we have done is because of a very effective system called the S-400 missile system. Not a single projectile from Pakistan landed on target, thankfully, and they were all intercepted by the system which is called the Sudarshan Chakra defense system, which is the S-400 Sudarshan Chakra defense system. This is like Israel's Iron Dome in a way. It can track missiles from about 600 kilometers away and intercept these missiles within a 400-kilometer range. This is a Russian-based system, and it's a fantastic system and a beautiful system. Now, we were compelled to target and attack Pakistan back. The visuals from Pakistan from very early this morning show visuals from different cities in Pakistan getting attacked by India. Now, these attacks by India are not on civilian locations. They are not on military installations. They are not on civilian targets. These are not on hospitals. These are on air defense systems of Pakistan. We have targeted the air defense systems, the air defense radars and systems in various number of locations in Pakistan, and we have done so publicly. Pakistanis have been recording the Indian attacks. We have attacked Gujranwala. We have attacked Chakwal, we have attacked Chor, we have attacked Atak, but most importantly, we have attacked Karachi, we have attacked Bahawalpur, and we have attacked Rawalpindi. The air defense systems in these places are now severely damaged, and Pakistan is very, very vulnerable. If we choose to attack, we can clearly attack them extremely hard. It's therefore natural to be scared. We had videos of Pakistani YouTubers. I don't know if we can play that particular video. There was a video of a Pakistani YouTuber where he said, how is it that when India attacks, then we are totally, our systems don't intercept them. But when we attack, then the Indians can intercept every single system of theirs. Well, the reason is because we have the Sudarshan Chakra system. They have nothing that is comparative. In the Pakistan Assembly today, some politicians stood up and they started crying. They started weeping. The scenes in the Pakistan National Assembly were pathetic. This is a defenseless country. It knows that its army has collapsed. Its air force is not working. And therefore, they were saying, may Allah help us. They're now turning to God. But the visual that I want to play that soundbite of that YouTuber, which is very, very revealing. Let's play the soundbite where he questions why Pakistan's air defense systems don't work.
कल रात इंडिया ने पाकिस्तान के ऊपर 24 मिसाइल हमले किए और हैरानगी की बात यह है कि तकरीबन सारे मिसाइल अपने टारगेट के ऊपर जाके लगे। इंडिया ने जो टारगेट सेट किया हुआ था, इंडिया ने वो टारगेट अचीव किया। और इससे बढ़ के हैरानगी की बात यह है कि पाकिस्तान का दिफाई निजाम, हमारा डिफेंस सिस्टम एक भी मिसाइल को इंटरसेप्ट नहीं कर सकते, एक भी मिसाइल को हम रोक नहीं सकते। सारे हमले हम रोकने में नाकाम रहे। एग्जैक्ट जो इंडिया ने टारगेट अचीव करना था वो अचीव किया है। वो जो कहते हैं ना कि इंडिया ने घुस के मारना था, इंडिया ने वाकई घुस के मारा और हम उसके मिसाइलों को रोक नहीं सके। ये हकीकत है। दूसरी अफवाह ये फैलाई जा रही थी, सारी रात को पाकिस्तानी मीडिया लगा हुआ था, सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर तमाम झूठ पॉलिसियां लगे हुए थे, वो पाकिस्तान ने इंडिया के जहाज गिरा दी हैं। वो सारी पिक्चर्स मैंने देखी, कोई 8 महीने पुरानी है, कोई 3 साल पुरानी है। हमने इंडिया का वो जनरल हेडक्वार्टर गिरा दिया, पता नहीं क्या गिरा दिया। वो मैंने सर्च किया, वो भी फेक न्यूज फैलाई हुई है।
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a Pakistani YouTuber, and he tells the story. He asks his relevant questions of his government. And then in the Pakistan National Assembly, there were terrible scenes where they all started crying. There was collecting weeping in the assembly, and they said, will God help us? Will Allah help us? And then one after the other, Pakistani senators were weeping and crying and asking
the ghost of Jinnah to come and help them. They were asking God to come and help them. And here is a clip. This particular man, for example, is a ex-Pakistan Army major who is now a senator. And just look at the body language. His name is Tahir Iqbal.
तो इसलिए जनाब स्पीकर ये बात वाज़ा कर देनी चाहिए, हमारी कौम यकजा है। मैं इन सब से कहूँगा कि मिल के चलो और अपने रब से रजू करो। रब काबा, हम तेरे आगे दरख्वास्त करते हैं, इस मुल्क की हिफाजत फरमाना जो तूने हमें अता किया है, और ये नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की दुआओं का है। आपने कायदे आज़म को इंग्लैंड में मुलाकात की, ख्वाब में आए और उनको कहा कि जाओ वापस और जाके पाकिस्तान का मामला हल करो। आप खान कलात को ख्वाब में आके ये हुक्म दिया कि तुमने पाकिस्तान की सरना है, ये मुल्क बन के रहेगा और तुमने तो ये ऐसा बड़ा मौजज़ा है कि अल्लाह पाक ने ये हमें अता किया है और अल्लाह पाक इस मुल्क की हिफाजत फरमाएंगे। दुनिया में जहां भी देखें शायद हमारी कमी है, हम मजबूर हैं, हम गुनाहगार हैं, लेकिन रब काबा हम तेरे हबीब के उम्मती हैं, खुदा का वास्ता हमसे रहम का भला फरमा। आप चले जाएं, उधर फिलिस्तीन में चले जाएं, कश्मीर में चले जाएं, जहां भी जाएंगे मुसलमानों के साथ वो ऐसे हो रहा है जो हम सोच भी नहीं सकते।
These are the kind of scenes that we've seen. These politicians so weak, they're running a weak government. Their army has been exposed. Nobody is there to help them. But the Pakistanis have no shame. They will continue to do this. I want to say send the next visual. There were about 50 senior army officers of the Pakistani army when the funeral was held at the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Toiba. Can I play those visuals, please? When you see these visuals, you will see that there are about 50 army officers led by the Lashkar-e-Toiba. There is, after this, no question which can be asked of the military political establishment. The leaders, that is Masood Azhar's brother's coffin, which is carried in a Pakistani flag. Masood Azhar's brother, ladies and gentlemen, Rauf Azhar, his coffin is being carried. This is the man who was responsible for the parliament attacks, for the Pathankot attack, for the Bahawalpur strike, for the IC-814 hijack. This is his picture out there. He's the operational head of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. And when his coffin was being carried, it was carried by Pakistani soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, and it was wrapped in the Pakistani flag. So the whole Pakistani game is up. Viewers, I'll break this program up into two parts. I will first analyze right now, after this quick news report, what has happened, which led to the situation as of right now, which is Sindoor 2. And at 9 o'clock, I will discuss what could happen, whether there will be Sindoor 3 and Sindoor 4, and how far this can escalate.
India struck Abbas terrorist camp, a Lashkar center, and in the next half an hour, India eliminated 100 terrorists at 9 locations in planned and precise strikes. In a big victory, terror dens were decimated, terrorists eliminated. Kandahar hijack mastermind and Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar's brother Rauf Azhar was also killed in one of the 9 locations. Pakistan in fact exposed itself by giving a state funeral to terrorists, and Pakistani army and ISI officials attended it. India put out an official statement detailing that Indian actions were measured, restrained and calibrated, and that no civilian site was targeted.
Our intention has not been to escalate matters. We are only responding to the original escalation, as I said, and our response has been targeted, precise, controlled and measured. Only no military targets have been selected. Only terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan has been hit.
While India carried out precision strikes on terror camps, Pakistan showed its true colors by attacking a Gurudwara in Poonch.
I am in one of the Gurdwaras in the main bazaar of Poonch district. This is Gurdwara, this is a religious place, and how this place was targeted by Pakistan from the other side of the LOC.
But in Pakistan, it was a state of confusion that persisted for their civilians to politicians.
पाकिस्तानी और इंडिया ने जंग शुरू कर दी है। अभी मेरे बहावलपुर सिटी के अंदर मौलाना मसूद अजहर साहब के जो है मदरसा है उसके ऊपर 4 मिसाइल दागे गए हैं, 4 मिसाइलों के साथ हमला किया गया है मौलाना मसूद अजहर साहब के मदरसे के ऊपर। हम अपनी अफवाज पाकिस्तान के साथ खड़े हैं।
Pakistani politicians took the delusion to another level when they falsely claimed of shooting down Indian jets and quoted social media as a source of information.
It's all over the social media, on Indian social media, not on our social media. The debris of these jets fell into Indian occupied Kashmir, and it's all over Indian media today.
Unable to save face, Pakistan tried to attack 15 cities with a population of over 1 crore 25 lakhs with their missiles and drones. On the night of May 7th and 8th, India slept peacefully with zero impact and woke up to the debris of Pakistan's failed projectiles.
3 फीट की इसकी लंबाई है और ये रात के 1:10 के आसपास ही गिरा हुआ है जब लगातार आवाज सुनाई गई थी धमाके की। उसके बाद पूरे शहर में, ग्रामीण इलाकों में, उसके अलावा पूरे शहर में ब्लैकआउट कर दिया गया था।
रॉकेट लॉन्चर के जो पीस है वो मेरे घर के छत के ऊपर, वो जो आसपास के गांव के छत के ऊपर वो उसके टुकड़े मिले। पुलिस को कॉल की और पुलिस आई और वो जो जितने पुर्जे थे वो सारी रिकवर करके लेगी। तो सुबह से ही हमारे गाँव में, अमृतसर में वो दहशत का माहौल बना हुआ है।
On your screen is the evidence of Pakistan's failed attempt. On the other hand, Pakistan woke up to complete chaos. There were reports of explosion, destruction and fire. We said it, we did it. In the afternoon, Indian forces confirmed that Pakistan air defense system was decimated by India.
India has demonstrated considerable restraint in its response. However, it must be said that the Indian armed forces are fully prepared to respond to Pakistani misadventures, if any, that will escalate this situation.
India's S-400 Sudarshan Chakra air defense systems neutralized all targets moving towards India.
Remember, just like the Rafales, S-400 was not available to Indian Air Force during the 2019 Balakot air strikes. Along with the beyond visual range capable missiles atop the Rafales, S-400 and Akash provided the kind of defense shield that helped IAF inflict costs on Pakistan and take down their air defense systems.
India is clear. It's an ongoing operation.
कुछ इंक्वायरीज, कुछ इंफॉर्मेशंस मांगे हैं। रक्षा मंत्री ने कहा है कि ये ऑनगोइंग ऑपरेशन है, इसलिए पूरे एक घटना को अलग से ब्रीफिंग या अलग से उसको प्रेजेंटेशन करना सही नहीं है, क्योंकि घटना चल रहे हैं, आप सबको मालूम है, इसलिए उसको उस तरीके से ब्रीफिंग नहीं होते हैं। इसमें पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का ब्रॉड कंसेंसस के लिए ये बैठक था।
Fear has gripped Pakistan. Their politicians are already crying.
दुनिया में जहां भी देखें शायद हमारी कमी है, हम मजबूर हैं, हम गुनाहगार हैं, लेकिन रब्बे काबा हम तेरे हबीब के उम्मती हैं, खुदा का वास्ता हमसे रहम का भला फरमा।
India's action and communication is crystal clear.
Our response was targeted and measured. It is not our intention to escalate the situation. However, if there are military attacks on us, there should be no doubt that it will be met with a very, very firm response.
We have not escalated it. Pakistan has, and the terror nation must brace for response. India is hitting Pakistan hard and is going to unmask the TRF facade next.
Pakistan is also home to a very large number of UN proscribed as well as UN proscribed terrorists, as well as terrorists proscribed by a number of other governments in the world.
Operation Sindoor is not over.
It is related to operational matters. It's been released by the Ministry of Defence. As more information becomes available, it will be released at the appropriate time. Once again, please don't go into operational details at this point in time, because this is a constantly evolving situation.
India is exercising its right to defend.
ये 22 अप्रैल के पहलगाम के हमले से शुरू हुआ है। एस्केलेशन वहां पे हुआ है और उस एस्केलेशन का जवाब भारतीय सेना ने, भारतीय फौज ने कल अपने एक्शन से दिया है।
And Pakistan can do absolutely nothing about it, besides crying.
A few questions in our mind this evening. The first question I will address is, who has escalated the tension so far? And joining me on this part is Shravan Sen, who's our senior editor. Thank you, Shravan, for joining me. Quick introductions now. Abhishek is with us on the program this evening, and we have with us General KK Sinha. On a remote location, we have General GD Bakshi, I think, who's also with us this evening. And I think, who are the other guests? I think we have Deepak Vora with us. Ladies and gentlemen, very astute diplomat. And the first question is, who has escalated tensions so far and what has happened in the last 24 hours? I'll ask with a quick summary. Maybe Shravan and Abhishek can in 1 minute tell us the 6 headlines of the last 1 hour. So between Shravan and Abhishek, off your phone, please. Thank you so much. And Shravan and Abhishek, please. Thank you. Shravan, over to you.
So the escalation basically started from the Pakistani side. Around 1 o'clock this morning is when they started targeting military installations in India. And there's a pattern. 15 cities is what they had selected. All of it essentially had military installations, starting from Kashmir to Jammu. Then you have in Rajasthan, and we are given to understand even in Gujarat. All of it was being targeted by the Pakistanis. The air defense system immediately thereafter picked it up, and we're given to understand. And by 7 o'clock this morning, we started neutralizing the same very places from where the missiles were launched.
Yeah, Shravan, also, in fact, I would say, Arnab, that the escalation obviously first one came from Pakistan when they carried out this Pahalgam terror attack. Then, of course, the escalation came last night when they have launched this massive strike. And look at the broad sweep along which they have, the axis along which the Pakistanis have launched this attack. Of course, successfully repulsed by the Indian Air Force from Jammu and Kashmir, where they have targeted Srinagar and Avantipura, to Bhuj and Nalia in Kutch. That's almost about 2,000 kilometers of distance. And 15 cities targeted. Indian Air Force, of course, repulsing all of them. In fact, escalating in a manner that the Pakistanis have really paid and have a bloody nose with their air defense systems taken down in at least 5 or 6 locations, 7 locations actually. So escalation came from Pakistani side. India responded with further escalation, essentially inflicting costs, and that's going to be the metrics from here on. You escalate, there would be double that going forward.
I would still say, why do we still say after this, and the question goes to General Bakshi, why do we still say that our response is measured and calibrated? What are we trying to convey by saying it's measured and calibrated? Are we deliberately using understatement? What are we trying to convey? General Bakshi.
You know, Arnab, what we are trying to convey is speak softly but carry a big stick.
Yeah.
You know, the simple fact is, Arnab, that in the first escalation was by Pakistan at Pahalgam.
Yeah.
We retaliated by Operation Sindoor 1, right? We hit 9 terror camps, 5 POK, 4 in Punjab, right? Pakistan has retaliated to that. You know, this is exactly what we were discussing in our little war game yesterday.
Yeah.
What will Pakistan do? The matrix of response options, the leading options was hit with missiles and rockets. Hit with missiles and rockets are military targets, right? He has hit 15 targets starting from Kashmir down to almost Bhuj. It's a serious escalation, Arnab. The only thing is, just because we were able to shoot it down doesn't mitigate the gravity of Pakistan's ill intent. He has escalated to military targets, so we have hit back at the radars of Lahore, which are military targets.
Why have we not hit? Why have we not hit?
We have knocked out
if they were hitting our military targets, General Bakshi, why have we also not hit their military targets? Why have we only targeted their radars?
No, radar is a very serious military target, Arnab. And before a major air offensive, the first step that you do is take out military radars. You open radar gaps so that your planes and your fighters can go in. You destroy the radar. You blind him so that you can take step 2, step 3. It is very, very graduated but calculated escalation on our part. Radars are military targets. All that I am suggesting is
coming to you.
that now that the military Rubicon has been crossed by Pakistan, not by us. It is a question of just response. Balanced response.
Just coming to right after.
It is a proportionate response.
Yeah. I completely...
So what we are saying is, we are saying is, we will take you up the escalation ladder to the level that you want.
Yeah.
And it is to our interests if we do that. Because the terrorists, Arnab, are expendable to Pakistan. Expendable commodity. So by killing terrorists, we impose a very certain amount of caution. But if we go in now for military targets of the ISI, we send a loud and clear message that you better turn off the terror tap. The head of the terror ecosystem is not the civilians, the terrorists. It is the Pakistani military and ISI. The final orders came from General Asim Munir.
So, I think we are making them, pay, no doubt about that. Abhishek wanted to add a point, and then Abhishek and Shravan, I want you to take it to General KK Sinha after you complete your comment out there. Because the one point I'm trying to always understand out here is what was their intent? What did they want to do? But you were sharing some very interesting details about the ease with which we carried out the attack.
So it's not just about a radar that has been hit or no, it's the air defense system of Pakistan. And that has been immobilized in a manner that they had to physically move the location because its location was detected. Air defense shield, by its very nature, should be not seen by the enemy, but our drones were spy drones, and they went in. And because the Pakistanis in their smartness thought that let's engage with them, they opened their missile defense system to engage with the drones, and so ended up exposing the location of their missile defense system, and that's how it was neutralized. So it's the air defense system of Lahore that has been neutralized, not just one radar, and that's a big one.
Well, what could they do next is a question. We've been hearing here, there were some reports about our air defense systems in India have been completely activated right now. What can we expect from Pakistan is the question, next 24 hours. Because they know their air defenses are weak. Either they stop now or they escalate now. We're in that very critical moment of Operation Sindoor 2, where it can go either way. What do you expect from their side, and what should we do now in response? Should we go all out? Our air defense system, I have been just told, is very much on. Our air defense systems have been activated along the entire Jammu area. Is that for a specific reason, the Jammu area particularly? I'm getting some reports that are unconfirmed. When I have them confirmed, I'll put it out from our own sources. Yes.
See, we are doing it. We are carrying out a review of the situation in a military parlance, we say. And then we take, actions. We are doing the military, review of the situation. The review of the situation is that, it has been told that, 22nd of April, then we have gone on 7th. 7th, after that, they have come back to you, and this time a military targets. 7,
I've got a report coming in from Gursimran where they are told that there are some visuals of explosions around Jammu airport. If I get the visual, I will put it out. Let's put Gursimran out, because we appear to be getting some breaking news inputs from Gursimran. I will not go only by the visuals there. I will have 2 levels of authentication before I put out the report. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm awaiting news which we are hearing here that there has been electricity shut around Jammu. Parts of Jammu, there are air raid sirens surrounded that have been sounded in Jammu as we speak, as we are bringing you this broadcast. There are air raid sirens which are sounding in Jammu. We have some visual optics out here. I will get the video. Do I have the video right now? Gursimran gave us one video of what appears to be an interception. We have an interception near Jammu. I want to play it out, ladies and gentlemen, and immediately after that, Abhishek, please look closely at the visual out there. This is around Jammu. This is around Jammu. There are some visuals which are coming in around Jammu. These were sent by our reporter Gursimran. These seems to be air defense systems because they are surface to air from our side. Can you, by looking at this, we are playing the video. Can I get the audio up and let's get Gursimran in fast, please, ladies and gentlemen. Gursimran in fast. Gursimran, you are there with us. Gursimran, can you hear me? Can you tell me, Gursimran, what is happening in Jammu? What is your location? What is happening? Gursimran.
Right now, Arnav, what we are picking up from the sources in the Jammu and Kashmir police that there has been some explosions that have been heard near the Jammu airport and soon after that the air defense system has been activated. That is, we can confirm for now that the air defense system
this seems like a Pakistani attack.
An alert was sounded by the authorities and see, it cannot be said primarily, but yes, air defense system has been activated for now. That is what we can confirm. And also,
if the air defense system has been activated, if the air defense system has been activated around Jammu, that means this could be an attempt by the Pakistanis to target the Jammu airport area.
I'm hearing we have intercepted some missiles.
We have been told there have been missile interceptions. General, there are missile interceptions in Jammu as we speak. Your first response to this, the visuals seem quite clear. Let's get out the 5 window and get to the visuals, please. General Doval, please. Thank you. Visuals.
Jammu, Amritsar and Firozpur have...
More windows, not 5 windows. Thank you.
Jammu, Amritsar and Firozpur has always...
Visuals full frame.
Including Pathankot. And Pakistan has always targeted...
These are latest visuals from Jammu Airport, near Jammu Airport.
This looks like...
Mark it to the video. Please, producers and desk, do that immediately. What are we looking at here, sir? These are latest visuals from Jammu. Air raid sirens have been sounded. Air raid sirens have been sounded. We have the audio there, and Shawan will be joining us with fresh breaking news inputs on the story to tell you exactly what's happening in Jammu. Okay, Shawan, you have details. Shawan.
Just not Jammu. I just got a confirmation from the council of Jammu. They say that multiple locations. Multiple locations. Swarm of drones. That's the exact line that we have been told. Swarm of drones have been launched by the Pakistanis. The air defense system is on right now. Not to create any panic, but it seems that they have been able to control certain areas. All the phone lines are perhaps right now. All the agencies
then this is a call for war by the Pakistanis. They have, what we are telling here, sources telling us, a swarm of drones is, put Shawan on air, put the small windows. Come on, Aditi. A swarm of drones. A swarm of drones have been fired by the Pakistanis at multiple locations. We have got the visuals from Jammu, but there are many other locations as well. This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. There are multiple drone droppings, multiple drone attacks by the Pakistani army near Jammu. This is getting very serious indeed.
The places where, you know, he'll come with sworn drones.
This is open escalation now. There's no looking back. General KK.
See the trajectory. It is going from our side in Pakistan. See the trajectory. This is important. And people have that we are firing inside the Pakistan. I do not know what they have done in Jammu airfield, but this trajectory is very clear. It is going from India
this
to
is
Pakistan.
Our defense system. This is
L-70 oblique Pichora firing onto the aerial target. These are the ground to air air defense system. Either it is L-70 or Pichora. They fire. I mean, their fire is visible like this.
But this is because the Pakistani projectile
because Pakistanis have come, and now what you are saying is now they should start the.
Okay, there has been, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second. Let me just tell you, Shawan, if you're back, Shawan is going to take another phone call. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has escalated. I want to tell you the breaking news as of this minute. As if you're watching this broadcast, there's one more breaking news visual, one more breaking news story coming in. We got the latest visuals. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a swarm of drones which has been fired by Pakistan, which has tried to break into the Indian side. And we are, as of this minute, as of this second, we are responding with our air defense systems. Our air defense systems have been completely opened. I have one more set of visuals, ladies and gentlemen. I want to walk towards the visuals. Can someone help me with this? 1 second. Thank you very much. No, please remain seated. I have the visual with me. Viewers, I'll try and package the visuals. You're seeing it here. I'll show it on the big screen, viewers. Let me go up to the big screen and show you. These are the latest visuals that we have received on our breaking news inputs. These visuals came in first from Republic, and then Shawan told us that these are, if you can go close closer, please? Can we bring camera 2 closer so I have the right frame? Thank you. Thank you. Closer, please. Zoom in. Zoom in, producers, so that the screen can be seen. Thank you very much. Some quick work by camera 2, please. Viewers, if you can see here, these visuals, and I'll slow-mo the visuals, are the latest visuals that are coming in of our response. These are our air defense systems which are hitting back as India is getting attacked by a swarm of armed drones from Pakistan. Now, this is not testing out. There are air raid sirens all over Jammu. We must be clear. We must be strong. The country must be together. We have the country together right now, ladies and gentlemen. The Pakistanis are trying to target Jammu airport, and we have heard that around this there has also been a lot of artillery shelling. You see the visual. This is our response. This is our ADA system which is on. As of now, major artillery shelling which is going on in the Jammu region. I don't know whether this is artillery shelling on our side or whether these are air defense systems which have been operated. Loud explosions being heard in Jammu. Loud explosions. Jal Bakshi, Jal KK. What are you seeing here? Jal KK.
It is the AD system.
Yeah,
I think
we are
system.
Explain it to the viewers.
We are hitting Sakargaj Bulge.
Yes, sir.
We are Sialkot. We are hitting Sialkot.
We are hitting Sialkot.
So this is Sakargaj Bulge. This is the area.
You know this area, sir. Explain it to me. You know the area. You know the area well.
See, Jammu.
Yeah,
Jammu.
1 minute. Shawan has more breaking news input. Shawan, over to you, Shawan.
We have a confirmation now coming out. Chani Himmat is the one more place where we have been told that there has been a drone strike. And Arispura, these are the 2 other locations have been just got the information where there have been drone strikes that have taken place. General, I think so. This is what they're basically targeting is the military installation because there's a CRPF.
Take all visuals for God's sake. Don't ask me. I cannot be directing right now. Production team. Put the visuals on air without asking me. This is a war situation, viewers. The production team must understand that. Take it full frame. Full frame. Different sets of visuals coming in right now. As of now, I'm breaking the news inputs as I'm getting them. You are seeing on your screen in this dark images, this is the night sky around Jammu. Pakistan has tried to target the Jammu airport. There is heavy shelling which has been on. And India, latest input coming in, India is intercepted. We are hitting back hard. Ladies and gentlemen, a Pakistani F-16 that took off from Sargodha is down. A Pakistani F-16 that took off from 09 Squadron of the Pakistan Air Force is down. We have been hitting back. This is victory for us. Pakistani drones have been intercepted at 3 locations. The 3 locations include Jammu Airport and Arispura. What is the third location? Now, what is the third location?
Chani Himmat.
Can he be on windows? Small windows, please. Thank you. So the visuals stay and the reporter is also on air. Thank you. Aditi. Yes. Sean.
Chani Himmat is the third location that we have just got details of. This is also in Jammu region. I'm just getting another call, I'm just getting more details. Multiple locations, 3 locations right now.
Gursimran is back live with us. Shawan. Gursimran, what's happening around you? What are you seeing? Gursimran. Reporting live this evening. We have the visuals. Gursimran.
See, what we can confirm that there have been multiple intercepts. Multiple intercepts is what we are getting the confirmation that there have been multiple intercepts that have been done by the air defense system that has been deployed. There has been we have been able to actually get the information that there has been a movement from the area of Bahu Plaza and the Chani Himmat. These are the 2 areas where also there has been a threat that was intercepted, and it has now been intercepted now.
Okay, this is what you're seeing here. I can get a confirmation. This General Bishambar Dayal and General KK and General, this is our air defense firing, which is in activation. Major air defense firing, which is in activation. So this is a suspected drone, and we are firing and hitting it back. But now, what does this mean in military terms? This is open escalation. They should be ready for a serious hit back right now.
Serious act of war. It is war. They've
tried to hit a civilian target. They've tried to hit our airport.
They've tried.
Very important thing you brought out. Sargodha.
Yes, Sargodha.
Sargodha. It is just behind Lahore, and it is in front of Amritsar.
Yeah.
So we had F-16.
Yeah.
If that is true, if it's information, confirmation, I do not know. F-16, very serious. Sargodha was hit in 65, in 71, completely it was taken out. Sargodha, very important.
What should our response be right now, sir? This cannot be, we cannot calibrate this anymore. Either we go and hit them right now, or we do nothing. I mean, how do we push this?
See, this must be, we must hit them back, firstly with air power, Secondly, with our missile power.
They are hitting our airports, we should hit theirs.
So we should hit them. We should hit them hard. And thirdly,
so just sorry to be interjecting. Protection and safety measures are being taken. Our Akash air defense system and the S-400 both are active. S-400 is the Russian defense system and Akash is indigenous Atmanirbhar air defense system. Both are activated and operational now in this sector.
Absolutely.
Let's not confuse people. S-400 will come into action when we have strategic targets like F-16. Like F-16, like his missiles coming into us. Presently, Akash, Pichor, we have number of systems today in our air defense.
Akash is active, sir, I am told.
Yes, Akash, L-70, it's airfield.
Upgraded Akash
Upgraded Akash, but it is an airfield.
Tanuska is there.
All our airfields.
Yeah. Okay, Gursimran has some more information, ladies and gentlemen. Gursimran.
This is the time for us
Gursimran. On the move, Gursimran in Jammu region. The call is dropped right now. General Bakshi, I'm getting more inputs. I'm going to put it all together. We have the Akash system. We have the braking. Samarpal Tur also joining us right now. Samarpal Tur, it's open right now. We're told this is a big drone attack. How can we respond? What do we have? Samar.
On date, we can open up with our artillery systems at the moment. We can bombard the hell out of their posts and also into their concentration areas where their militaries are there, where their tanks have been lined up. These are the basic targets which the artillery can actually take them out. We have the intel, we have the satellite imageries.
Samar, I'm going to have to stop you right now because there's been explosions. 6 explosions reported in Jammu. Gursimran is on the move as the very latest details from all his contacts in the Jammu region. Gursimran, our Jammu Bureau Chief. Gursimran.
Honorable, 6 explosions have been heard before the interception. 6 explosions, that is what we are getting the confirmation from the authorities that were very close to the airport. See, airport was already on the high alert. There was a tabletop that was done 48 hours prior to this incident. That is what we are also getting the confirmation that the exercise, the grid was completely intact. There is no, at least for now, there has been no breaches. That is what we can confirm.
But they also sent the F-16. They also set an F-16 from the Sargodha Air Base, which is now down.
So, that means our air defense system is fully active, and we will not allow them to take off with F-16 or J-17. This is the ground situation of our air defense system. But now we need to have counteroffensive also, simultaneously. We cannot.
There has to be a counter-offensive. There has to be a huge counter-offensive.
Initiative has to be taken back.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is...
Huge escalation tonight, ladies and gentlemen, just making sure that we get the breaking news right. This is a massive escalation by Pakistan. A huge escalation by Pakistan. Attempt to now target civilian targets, which is the Jammu airport. And we have every right to respond extremely hard. We have to do it.
You have depleted his air defense system in Lahore.
Package the visuals.
Which is like S-300 of Russia. You have depleted it. He doesn't have anything better than that. So if you have depleted that, then I'm saying Lahore is the ideal target, Sargodha is the ideal target, and from that side you come right up to Islamabad.
It's going to be a long night.
This is the time to strike. This is not the time to wait for him. This is war. I mean, we have to chase him back. We have to hit him hard.
Okay, latest information. Deepak Vora is joining us on how he's looking at this overall in terms of the overall war dynamics. Latest information before I come to you. The whole Jammu Air Base in Satwari has been totally sealed. The drones are being engaged by the army as we speak. As Gursimran told us, how do you view this escalation and what we need to do right now in this war situation, sir? We're clearly in a war situation right now.
Thank you very much, sir. It's an undeclared war. You have all the wonderful generals here who have enormous experience, and you yourself know much better than I do. I do believe that this is the time we would have already activated our embassies, our ambassadors all over the world. We would have called in people here saying this is an undeclared war. And Pakistan is totally responsible. We've been saying this again and again, and that we will, I know what we were going to say, sir, I've done this many times, that Pakistan bears the consequences for this escalation. The first time we did not hit any of their military or civilian targets. The second time they tried to hit our military and civilian targets, we retaliated. Now they are hitting everything. They're giving us everything they have. We will give them back, and we make this very clear. We'll give them back with everything that we have. We'll hit them with everything.
Yeah.
dearly. And S-400, mind you, 400 kilometers